Ah, that's some cool air. Okay, now to the point. Guess what I got? I bought it like 3 days ago. I've got it partially tore apart, so ignore the workspace here. Well, let me change my. There we go. And so I got a Honda Civic. Yes, I got a Honda Civic. It has some issues. When I got it, I just got it towed over here today. My neighbor, thankfully, has a trailer that he can use to tow cars. When I got it, the transmission was overfilled by probably about 5 quarts of transmission fluid and maybe a little bit of motor oil. I'm not exactly sure. They got some crazy wiring situation going on here. They got one fan hooked up. The other one is hooked up to this wire and this one down here, if you can see it. And they got that fed into this line, which then goes into the car here. And out here, which, if I can get it unstuck, which is fed to right here. It did not have this switch on it. I put this switch on it yesterday while I was messing with it. I was going to try to drive it home, but transmission wouldn't stay in gear because it was so full of fluid. I mean, you would not believe how full. So I put the switch on it. And I had it sitting down in this crack so that the wires wouldn't touch and accidentally come on. Had it sitting down in there like that. I was going to drive it home. As you can see, if you can hear the fan, you may be able to hear it. I don't know what in the world they were doing. I mean, the hazard lights work. They do work. The air conditioner, the switches move other than the heat here, which I just found come off. That one I don't know if it works. The overall, you can turn it on. The fan does not come on. Like I said, I don't know what the wiring situation is. I pulled this out of the center console. If you know Honda, it's got 2 little lights on it. This one has the cover on it. But it's got 2 little lights on it and what looks to be a ground. And then it's got this blue on white cable coming off of it, which I think might have been the cigarette lighter. I think they may not have been able to get that off, so they just cut the wire off. But let me tell you, man, this car is clean. It may look ugly, but that's going to get repainted. I'm going to repaint most of the car. But the seats, mint. This light works. Mint. There's a little bit of stains on the floor and whatnot. But this car is overall, the inside's really nice. There's not a speck of rust under it. It's got a sunroof that works. But for those of you who are Honda mechanics, I do need you to tell me one thing. What kind of person would do such a thing to a poor car? Almost 5 quarts overfilled. It was so bad that the solenoids were sticking and it wouldn't shift. Luckily, after a day of sitting, after I took all that oil out of it, it was actually starting to shift a lot better. That's how I got it on and off of the trailer. I actually drove it on and off of the trailer. They got the low beam hooked up on this. There's no high beams in either of them. Like I said, they got this crazy wiring situation with a 3 amp fuse for the fan. Just one fan. The other one's not hooked up. These lights don't work, but the blinkers do. And no, it did not come like this. Here's the bumper and the other cuff stuff. This scrape guard, whatever you want to call it. I took it off because it was all bent out of shape and whatnot. There's the part of the front grille. These lights work, but only if you touch these two together. If you know what these go to, it is what looks like a dark green and black wire. This does not work. I don't know what connects here, but if you connect a bulb here and touch these together, well, first off, let me tell you, if you touch these two together without the bulb, this light will work. But if you touch these two together with the bulb on, the windshield wipers come on, even though they're off. So if you could tell me that, that would be great. It has been wrecked. Yes, this fender is not original, and the bumper is not original. You can see some dents, some scrapes. It has been repainted, it looks like. The holder for this light is snapped off there, so I'm going to have to replace that. These two wires here, those are for the low beams on this headlight. This wire, which has had splicing work done to it, not covered or anything, this is the wire for the brights. And this is a completely different headlight and connector for this car. The trunk is clean. All those lights work. Give you the tour of the car. The lights work. It did come with 2 free boogie boards, and the dude gave me a stereo to put in it, although the stereo that is required is doubled in. It does drive. All the brakes lights work, and the turn signals back there work. Power windows, they're a little bit slow, but they work. The hood, that's going to get repainted. All this, I'm going to wet sand it, get all this clear coat off, at least the white clear coat where it's peeling off. That's going to get sanded and repainted. The trunk lid, got some scratches, got some peeling, that's going to get repainted. Over here on this side as well, all this. That's going to get repainted. This is going to be painted to match it, and this is going to get repainted. So that stuff is going to get repainted. The bumper is also going to get painted, but I have to figure something out here. See this front bash guard? It's plastic, fiberglass reinforced plastic, and this side seems to sit lower than this side, if you can tell, which everything that it's connected to, the headlights look even, but the bumper, the bash guard is leaning. I don't know why. It's been in a front end accident, but they got these wires here which connect to the AC system. They got these wires here, which I'm not exact. This one here is the fan, I do believe. Yeah, that one there's the fan. Or is it this one? Yeah, this one's the fan, and these two are connect to this, which goes somewhere up there to part of the AC system. At first we thought the solenoids were going bad, but after I pulled all that transmission fluid out of there, I don't think it's the solenoids. I think it was just so plumb packed full of crap that it just wouldn't catch. There's too much liquid, too much lubricant, and it just wouldn't catch. But yes, I've taken it apart since then. I pulled it into the garage, got it home, and been working on it for a couple hours now. The fans won't come on. If you could tell me how, where the wiring may be for that. This is the 16 valve, 1.6 liter VTEC engine. If you could send me a couple links for maybe an electronic ignition kit to change out points. I don't like points. Unless you have any advantages / disadvantages that comes for points, please do let me know. the car does run. It runs smooth. It'll try to stall, which there's a bit of oil down in here. Well, a little bit more than a bit of oil down in there. So I'm going to have to take the valve cover off and take the spark plugs out. My dad wants me to just pull the engine and transmission, rebuild them, and then put them back in. But I didn't plan on the car being in the garage this long, because this is his garage and it's crowded up quite a bit. As you can see, we have 2 lawnmowers, a refrigerator, a stove, tons and tons of cast iron. But this is my Honda Civic. I'm going to be doing a YouTube video series on it. Hopefully I can get some subscribers for this, because I love working on cars. And I know there's a bunch of Honda Civic fans. I don't know if there's a rod knocking in it. It does rattle, but it sounds like it's coming from the exhaust. But I can't get this off without taking off the O2 sensor, and I'm pretty sure it's stuck in there, so I don't want to have to replace part of the exhaust. I'm going to leave it alone for right now. Oh, speaking of exhaust, this part to about 2 feet back is original. 2-inch pipe. Then it goes down to 1.5-inch pipe. And the exhaust, the muffler, is new. I don't know if you can see very well under here, but it's shiny and new. The rest of the pipe looks pretty alright, but part of it has been replaced with smaller pipe. There's no rust under here. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a YouTube series. I need to get me a stand for my phone, because I'm going to do most of my recording in 64 megapixel with a 64 megapixel camera, which does great. But any Honda Civic fans, please do hit me up on this. I'll read every comment, and I want to. This is my project car. Have I told you how much I paid for it yet? You won't believe the price. The dude originally wanted $600 for this car, but due to the transmission issues that were happening and the wiring situation that's going on right now, he bumped it down to $400, which is what he originally paid for the car, which he only had it for about 3 weeks. He said he was going to use it as a project car and never got around to it. So I got it for the same price he did, $400. It runs great. Well, at least the engine does. And thinking about racing it a little bit. Just a little. Maybe put a turbo on it, cold air intake, that fun stuff, the easy stuff. Upgraded headlights and tail lights, because those are outdated, they're foggy, they're old. This is going to have to be changed. That is definitely going to have to be changed. But yeah, anybody who has any idea, anything you might want to suggest that I could change about this car, do let me know. It looks like they started to put in a remote start system, because in the trunk there's actually a module for a remote start system. I don't know if that's what they were planning on doing or not, but there is a module in the trunk for a remote start system, and I think that's what they were trying to put on it. It's a 97. Like I said, I just got it home today, but it does have a little bit of crinkles, like right here and whatnot. But anything I mentioned in the video, please do let me know. There's a doohickey for the air conditioning system. The hood, I don't think both fenders are original. This one might be, but if you look closely at this color and this color, it's hard to see in this light, but I do believe these two colors are different. The bumper and the driver's side fender have been replaced, which I have it unbolted most of the way right now. But I think I'm going to have to take the door off to get that panel off so I can paint it. Anywho, this video's gone on long enough, 15 minutes. So, like I said, anybody who does work to Civics knows about them. Yes, I know the battery's too small. Please do let me know. Try to help me out. I'm thinking I'm just going to order a brand new harness for the whole lighting system and everything. Because, I mean, the stuff they got cut off of this thing. And this was the guy who owned it before the guy who owned it before me. They had the car for about a year. They put like 10,000 miles on it. But what I want to do in the garage for right now, change the oil, change the transmission fluid. The transmission fluid's going to get changed a couple times because that stuff was dirty. It didn't smell burnt, but it was dirty. It was not pink anymore. It's going to get an oil change, transmission change, maybe. If this transmission craps out on me, I'm putting a 5-speed in it. But I was really excited when I got this car. The brakes work good. The sunroof works. The dash lights do not work. I'll have to figure that out. Other than that, I think I've covered everything on this car. Please do let me know. I would love to see the comments and the ideas about this car. What potential it has. I know these engines are really popular. The 1.6 liter 4-cylinder 16 valve, yeah, those things are popular. And they'll run forever if you take care of them. But the car's got 193,000 miles on it. The doohickey, the thingamajig, whatever you want to call it, for the windshield wiper fluid is gone. And there's a hole in the bottom of the tank as well. Looks like a drain tube or something like that would have been there. But please do let me know. I'm going on 17 minutes now. I gotta end the video because this is going to take like 2 hours to upload. But I also replaced 4 fuses. If you can't tell, I get off track very easily. I'm going to end the video here. Like I said, please do comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know whether to replace the harness, clean up the transmission and engine oil, if it would be worth it, if it would be worth saving. Because like I said, it does run. It runs smooth when it's running. Actually, you know what? Here, just before I go, I'll start it up for you. Let me make sure everything's connected. Everything should be connected. See, I only disconnected this solenoid, so everything should still be connected other than that, the lights and whatnot. So, well, some of the dash lights work. Alright, here we go. Turn on my fans so it stays cool. You probably heard that little bit of click-clacking at the beginning. If you have any ideas, please do let me know what that was. Like I said, it runs smooth. See if the running lights work. Yes they do. Please ignore that license plate, it's dead anyways. Okay, squeeze back in here. Fans are off. Alright, I'm going to end that video here. Please do let me know what you think. Like I said, it runs. It needs some new wiring. It needs some paint. But overall, I do believe it is worth saving. If you think otherwise, please let me know and why. And, yeah. This is going to be my project car. I'm going to try to record all I can of me fixing it and everything else. Thank you.